Welcome to another episode of Local Business. I'm Jack Allen and I'm your host. Today we'll be going to a few businesses in the area and I hope you enjoy. Now we're going to talk to Colleen Amos Mazinzi from MediConnect. So, Colleen, can you tell us a little bit about MediConnect and why it's the premier healthcare firm in the area?
Absolutely. Well, Jack, what we do at MediConnect is we have access and we work with all the insurance carriers so that the people that come to us, and we can also go to them, they will be able to select which carrier they want rather than stay with one carrier. As a licensed agent, it is my responsibility and my job to give our clients the options instead of just one option or one carrier, where they can come to us to get that information. I help navigate them in the confusing world of Medicare. Medicare is extremely confusing, so
I know.
so my job is to help them navigate through that, and it's really important for me to understand their healthcare needs. Everybody's healthcare situation is different. We all have it. We may or may not have a health issue that needs addressed. So it's important for the people that come to us and we go to them that we pick a plan that best suits their needs.
Okay. How did you get involved with them?
Oh, it's an interesting story. I worked for one of the largest insurance carriers in the city. I was a healthcare concierge, and when our members would call in, I could sense the frustration. A lot of them would say, I would rather go to this doctor or I would rather go to this hospital to be serviced. And with only having one option to do so, there was a lot of frustration. So, and I felt the frustration with them. I was there to help them, and I felt that there was a little bit of a block there, that there wasn't much I could do with just representing the one carrier in my position at the company. So one night when I was driving home from work, I heard our president, Brian Breisinger, talk about MediConnect, what they do on KDKA, and we do have a radio show that's on every other Saturday on KDKA.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to give that a plug so our listeners can continue to do that. But I heard him talk about his company and how it works and how I could help educate those in the community about their healthcare issues. So I called them and had an interview, and here I am today. I represent them, and I've been with them for about 3 months now. So
Oh, okay. So fairly new.
Yes, I am, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I love what I do. I really do. It's a great opportunity, and it also gives our community and our seniors the ability to be able to have one person represent them as their agent, rather than have be confused into how many people that they would need to talk to help them pick their plans. It's really important for me to be there for them from the first day that I meet them until the last. The customer service is really important to me.
So you can broker different insurance plans or whatever?
I sure can.
So
Yes.
how about, I know since I went through Medicare a few years ago, it's very confusing.
It sure is. Right?
And I guess there's a window that you have to sign up for it.
Absolutely. There are different windows, and you have to be very careful about switching back from different plans. There's a couple of different plans. Once you're on Medicare, of course, you get your red, white, and blue card, and then you have your A and your B. And there are a couple different options of plans that you are able to take. And during that time, depending on if you're turning 65, the enrollment period is important. It's important that you enroll within a window. There's a couple of different windows. So you have to be careful. There's special enrollment windows. There's windows where you turn 65 and you're just getting on a plan. There's windows where we have clients that have Medicaid or PACE, and they're able to change their plan maybe a little more frequently. But there's windows that you have to be wary of whenever you decide if you think your plan's not working for you at that particular time.
Right. So if you pick a plan to start with Medicare, is it a year before you can switch to a new plan, or can you switch?
It depends on whenever you start Medicare. If you turn 65, say in July, and you picked a Medicare Advantage plan, I'm just going to use that as an example, picking a Medicare Advantage plan, you would need to wait until October to pick another plan. So from October to January, there's a window there where you can go ahead and pick another plan. The only way you would be able to pick another plan before that is if there was a special enrollment. You moved, there would be some circumstance where you would need to pick another plan.
So, just to make things simple, is it easy to change plans once you're enrolled? I mean,
it's fairly easy. It depends on which plan that you would change to. The supplement plans are more comprehensive and they have more coverage, and it's more difficult to switch from a supplement plan to a Medicare Advantage plan.
okay.
So you have to be very careful. Once you pick your supplement plan when you turn 65, you want to stay in it. It can get tricky, so that's why I'm here, so that we can help them navigate through that process.
So if you sign up for a certain plan, does it automatically renew itself, or do you have to
Go through that process again?
Yeah.
No, it'll automatically renew itself every year. So you're good to go.
Okay. And then how long has MediConnect been around? I know you've been
We've
with
been
them
around
3
for
months.
a couple of years. We branched off from GS National. Brian is our president. He founded the company, MediConnect Company. GS National's been around a long time. And Brian decided to start this company. It's been around for a couple of years, and we're growing leaps and bounds. We are the only independent advisory firm out there now, and we're proud of that. And we want to continue to grow in that direction. We want our seniors and our senior population in our community to know that you don't have to wander through. I mean, when people turn 65, they're getting bombarded with telephone calls, with information, with text messages. So we want to make sure that they can come to us to help them navigate through all that.
Where's your office located?
Our office is located in Kennedy Township, off the Crafton exit.
Okay.
We're right near Rosewell Training Center. So if you're familiar with that, that's where we are. We're very conveniently located. We can come to our clients, or they can certainly come to. We have a beautiful office. So we welcome them to come into our office.
But you do know that people from the South usually don't go
yeah.
up north.
Well,
it's a Pittsburgh
that's why
thing.
I conveniently live here in the South Hills.
Right.
It's I can certainly and I'm always it's always fine to go into someone's home. It's more convenient for whatever's convenient for them.
And I guess the satisfaction of helping people is probably the bottom line, because like I said, when I got into it, it was very confusing, and my wife has to go through the process now to figure out what she wants, And I told her, I said, it's not fun. Whatever
Well,
you do,
you
it's
can,
not going to
Jack,
be
you can
fun.
certainly call me
Oh, I
if
think
you
we
need.
might.
That would be wonderful. I'd be happy to help you. But how I got started is I I had my own business for 14 years, and I wanted to kind of reinvent myself. I gave the business to my daughter, and I decided that my client relationships were so important in my business, and it was always, they love options. Our clients loved options, like most everybody does whenever they partake in a product. But I decided to go into healthcare because I have a passion for seniors and the older population and the vulnerable population as well. I mean, not only can we help people that with Medicare, but we can also help with Medicare and Medicaid. There's the dual situation as well. Prescription drug plans too. A lot of people don't know that they could be eligible for prescription drug plans or discounted prescription drug plans. So, you know, that's why they come to me.
Okay. Now, how would our viewers get a hold of you?
Jack, they can get a hold of me. We have on our website at www.mediconnectinsurance.com. On our website, there are a list of our educational seminars. We have several in the community. Welcome to call the office there, and we can set you up for that. You can also call me. My name's Colleen Amos Mazenzi, and my number is 412-758-7105.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to say before?
No, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's been a pleasure being here.
Well, thank you for coming. We're now at Forefront Dermatology, and that's located at 184 Couch Road, right next to Walgreens. And today I'm speaking to Dr. Sarah Campbell. So welcome.
Thank you.
And how long have you been at this location, or how long has this been open?
Yeah, we've been open now for 3 weeks. This is our third week open, so we're relatively new. But we do have availability 5 days a week, and often can get you in the same day because we're so new. We have a lot of availability and ready to see people.
Same day. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that really is amazing. So what did you do before you opened this office?
Sure. So I lived in West Virginia. That's where I did my medical training and my residency, and then I was a staff dermatologist at West Virginia University for a little while before moving here with my husband.
So we have a mountaineer right in front of you in Bethel Park. So what do you specialize in, any type of skincare?
So I do general dermatology. My passions are really early skin cancer detection, skin cancer screening, and treatment. But I'll see a whole host of different rashes. Rashes related to acne, psoriasis, eczema, rashes in kids all the way to adults. I also offer cosmetic treatments, skin aging treatments, sun-related aging treatments.
Okay. As far as sun-related treatments, we don't have much sun in Western Pennsylvania, which is why everyone takes vitamin D, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But, well, we're getting, we'll be in April pretty soon. The sun's going to be out. Do you have any recommendations for skin cancer, melanoma type from the sun?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's heard this by now, but sunscreen is probably the most important thing that you can do. Not just sunscreen, but sun protection overall, which could be, wearing a hat when you're outside working in the garden, when you're outside at the ball game, or at least using SPF of 30 or more, and I would say every day, because some of the sun's ultraviolet rays actually come through the clouds and through office windows. So even here in Southwest PA, we'll still get a fair amount of sun. Yeah.
So do you recommend like using sunscreen on a daily basis, or it's just?
Yeah, I absolutely would. Because especially on the face and in some men, the scalp, it's subjected on a daily basis to ultraviolet rays, even coming through clouds or office windows. And we do know that over time, it's very additive in terms of how much sun you get over life can increase your risk of skin cancers. The earlier you start, the better. A lot of the sun damage is done when we're young. But at any point when you can start using sunscreen daily, it really does help to decrease that risk of sun-related skin cancers.
Okay. And what age do you recommend people start going, I guess, on a regular basis to a dermatologist?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that it depends on the individual, but for the most part, I think once you hit 40s, 50s, that's kind of when you're starting to see the effects from long-term sun exposure. I think that's a great time to get an initial evaluation if you haven't already. With that being said, melanoma skin cancer actually is found in younger individuals as well, even teens and 20s. So if you have any moles that are changing or any moles that you just haven't checked out before that you want to get checked out, I think, even younger is a great time to come. Tend to recommend that kiddos come in whenever they have like a lot of birthmarks or a lot of moles when they were born.
And what type of people or whatever, who's more susceptible to skin cancer?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Usually it's going to be people with your lighter skin types. So Caucasian, white skin, light eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, particularly people with red-headed phenotype or red hair are going to be at an increased risk. But with that being said, any skin type is at some risk of skin cancer, especially if you have a history of tanning bed use or a long history of sun exposure and tanning, even outdoors.
Okay. Well, speaking of tanning bed use, do you recommend that or definitely not?
I do not recommend that. I think there's pretty good evidence at this point. We know that it does increase your risk of melanoma type of skin cancers. So I would say absolutely avoid the tanning bed.
Okay. And if one of our viewers wanted to come in for an examination, what would be the typical first visit to you?
Yeah. So call and schedule a visit that's convenient for you. You would come in and my staff would take you into the room. We would meet, kind of discuss your concerns, all of your medical history, skin-related history, address any specific concerns, and then usually I'll just do a full general skin check, head to toe, just to make sure that there's nothing that we need to treat for you that day.
Okay. If we can take a tour of your office,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
show our viewers what they can expect when they do come.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first person you'll meet when you come to see us is our friendly receptionist, Jim. He is here to help you in terms of your registration, insurance, and also just getting ready to be put back in the office and have your visit done. Good? Perfect. So this is one of my exam rooms. This would be a typical room that you'd be brought into if you came to see me. We have everything in this room that we would need to do for your visit. For example, if we needed to do a skin biopsy that day or a skin treatment that day, we could do it all here in this room. I typically have one of my nurses in here with me, and this is where we do your visit. So this is our lab. This is where we do things such as sterilize all of our instruments. We'll process biopsies to be sent out to the histopathology lab. This is where we do all of our drawing, mixing of medicines that we may need to give you at your visit here at the office. It's small, but it's cozy. So here at my office, we see a variety of different skin conditions, everything from skin cancer treatment, precancerous lesions, to warts, rashes, eczema, rosacea, seborrheic dermatitis, acne, fungal infections, allergic reactions. We also have the capability to, if need be, for skin cancer treatment, refer to our Mohs surgeon, who is Dr. Hagen, and will be able to help assist you in your care.
Okay, Dr. Campbell, before we wrap this up, are there any other things that you want to tell our viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we will be accepting all major insurances. Currently, we're still waiting on approval through Highmark, but even if you have Highmark, call in, we'll put you on a wait list, and within a few short weeks should be able to get you in. We do have free skin cancer screenings available to the public starting in April, every Thursday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's just on a walk-in basis. We'll get you in, do skin cancer screenings. So come on by for that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks for watching this episode of Local Businesses. Hope you enjoyed what we brought to you this month, and we look forward to seeing you next month for more exciting chamber businesses.